going on. Don't shy to point this out. Because if some revenue is not coming in the mainstream, we are all losers. Because at the end of the day, we share this revenue. If some people are taking the revenue for their own benefit, we all become losers. So, let us protect this resource as our own. I urge you all. If you get information regarding illegal activities that are making us lose revenue, us, I mean all of us, because we are all beneficiaries, let us know so that we take decisive action. Before I conclude, I've talked about compensation. I don't know whether that is convincing enough, what I have said, but I thought that was worth saying, that we have compensated people, and we are going to distribute the lists to the chief warden, so that they can be shared. And we have also, you talked about the Television-Uganda road. Is that? Let's sit and see what we can do together. I was discussing with some people at break time and saying that as UA, we have road equipment. Some parts have road units, fully electric. You have a road unit in Maxon Falls, you have one in Queen, you have in Bolo, you have in Kidepo. One of the efforts is to pull these resources together and concentrate in one conservation area. We say we put pull all these units and come to Bwinyamulinga conservation area for 2 months or 3 months. This unit takes that direction, this unit takes that direction, this unit takes that. We work on the trails in the park, we work on the neighboring roads, and then we use the available resources, because they are all our resources. And then we move to another CA. Because the issue of lamenting, we need the 5 billion to buy a road unit for Windy. You're not going to have that. Why don't we concentrate on what is in our hands now? Utilize it very well. As we lobby for more, we're utilizing what we have. Other than having scattered efforts, we have trucks in this CA, they're not well done because they're not having enough. We pull and we go CA by CA. Which one is most affected? We go there. We go to these connection roads, working with the districts, they give us permission. We pull resources and say, let's have fuel, we bring the district graders and compactors and units, and we work together. This is our resource. Yes. The government has mandated us. You are leaders in your districts. We are here, you are leaders. Why don't we sit and work together? So that when the president comes, we just say, sir, the mandate you gave us, we sat down and work on this road. Other than lamenting, sir, the presidents are bad, the roads are bad, sir, what we can be in our means. The national roads are a tall order. That those ones we are lobbying. But these ones that can do within our means, having permitted by the districts, we are here. We can do resources, say we get the fuel, we work together, and then our cultures can connect. Our communities can connect. For me, that one, we shall work and we can engage. The chief warden is here, and engage on that. I talk to him almost every week. I think we talk almost every week, so I'm just a call away from him. The issue of the Goria levy, that one is a board matter, but I want to assure you it's under consideration, and very soon you will get results. The issue of regulations, compensation regulations, we are actually finding out that the regulations may not necessarily be the problem. I think we lack some capacity. We lack capacity internally, which we have now built because the Compensation Verification Committee is now sitting as a business. If there is business, they have to sit and clear the backlog, not necessarily saying sitting once a month. And so we have improved in the processing of compensation claims, and that is helping. We are training our teams at the CA level to support the communities in filling the forms, processing them, and we have enhanced them with the Kampala teams to fill those documents very well, so they are not bounced when they reach Kampala. More tourism, of course you have our support. So the community between Shanjela and Shaga, that road there, we can see what to do. I think we have the capacity to sit together and work together. So, as you know, I like the Bible so much, so I cannot live without quoting this, because Genesis is very clear. Genesis 1:28. God created us and gave us a good world, a good land to spread over the earth, the fish, the birds, the wildlife. If we can ponder today, what have we done at our individual level to really make sure that we live sustainably in a healthy ecosystem, ladies and gentlemen? We are grappling with so many issues, but I want to tell you we are very determined. We bring in new energy to be able to address these issues, and I'm very sure working with you, we shall be able to reach very far. We now have Uganda Airlines that launched recently. I was privileged to be part of the inaugural flight that went to London and came back, and people are yearning to come to Uganda. There's a new administration at Uganda Tourism Board. We have already met and agreed to work together. We want to set up a task force that comprises UWA, Uganda Tourism Board, the Uganda Investment Consortium, because we cannot only sell tourism abroad. We have to sell tourism, investments, trade, so that our airline can get food. We need that airline food so that it can be sustained. So we're working with Uganda Airlines. We're also working hard to build visitor information centers across PAs, areas, to give a good experience. But also, like I've told you, we're working hard to lobby for roads, national roads. We're also talking about airstrips, so that we can have more traffic in the air. When Amazon was failing to come, because our plane has gone for servicing, so it will be available. So we looked for an air ticket. We looked for air tickets on Aerolink, and we couldn't. It was full. Why don't we have more traffic in the air, so that we can have more domestic flights? People to enjoy their country. For us to have tourism, we have to bring tourism. We just don't have time. Once land in heaven, fly here, go and go the traffic and go back. We are losing those ones. So let's work together, ladies and gentlemen. You are politicians, you interface with His Excellency the President, you interface with the powers that be in this country. Let's block for tourism promotion in Uganda. Because it's a low-hanging fruit, and it's going to multiply effects along the value chain. Before you earn here in Kanu, somebody at the airport has earned by bringing tourists. Somebody in the hotel. You know, that chain, we need to explain to our leaders and privatize tourism. We need to lobby to an extent that the government reaches an extent of privatizing tourism as they privatize roads. That's where we need to go, and we can make this happen. My deepest appreciation to everyone here. Your presence is a testimony of your commitment to this cause. Let us leave this forum not just with new resolutions, but with renewed determination and collective responsibility. Together, we can protect winning Kainga Conservation Area, not just for ourselves, but for generations to come. And in UWA, I want you to be assured that our teams are on the ground to support you. We are in Kampala to support you, and we are away. Don't hesitate to give me a call if you see something is going wrong. And I will assure you I will intervene. I will intervene. And my colleagues, the staff of UWA, let's be passionate. We are lucky to have been retained in the new institution after the merger. Let's serve this country. It is our opportunity. Let's use this opportunity that we have got. Let's drive carefully. Some of the complaints have been gathered. We drive very carelessly and recklessly. We don't take care of the people on the road. Let's drive carefully. Let's be civil, and we show how society should move, because we have been privileged to be given this opportunity to serve, and we should take advantage of that by being models in society. Let's work with the leaders. Let's go to the radios and explain what is happening, the efforts we are doing, the compensation, the human rights conflict mitigation measures, the issues of solutions we are going towards invasive species, climate change. The new structure of Uganda Life Authority has expanded. And you're going to see procurement officers in conservation areas, you're going to see auditors in conservation areas, you're going to see human resource officers in conservation areas, you're going to see chief veterinarians coming to see how do we improve our conservation areas in all the spheres of wildlife management, but also wildlife, community, and authority management, so that we work together. We cannot work and achieve alone. Together, we can protect wind and animal conservation area, not just for ourselves, but for the generations to come. Finally, I take this singular honor to declare wind and animal conservation area annual stakeholders forum open, and I wish you fruitful deliberations. I say this conserving for generations. I thank you.
So, hati government emazire kugamba n'abantu abetorweriho bona kandi bona bikirize ngo government bashashure ecyayi kiruge kuruga kilomita 1 na mita 200 kize mu kilomita 3. So government nabwo yagambere nabo erinda kuronda sente ebashashure bakikoreho kandi kindi no kucendeza umurambi gwa Muganza ubwo ako kashozi ka Muganza government erinda kukatengura akacendeze kaze hasi nka mitanka magana ninga 200 itakarira rugayo aba ryaza kutinda aho wenda kore kibanje. So aho nibirinda kugira ngo inyonyi zaziragwa zimwe ziretwe ko side ya Chanika izindi ziretwe side ya Mutoli. So akashozi hatenda kusindika kuja kugamba nabakama bakashozi kugira ngo babahe esente abo barawe barinda kugira ngo bacendeze ogumurambi bazegura handi.
Onari bastira kantu kwimi
ikibazo cy'imiringoti kiragira ngo umurongoti gushemereye kuba gwine mita ezitarahika higuru, especially nkitwatwi inyonyara ruga dejera ruga Kisoro eri kuzakanu hati inyingi ziraraba kuringo hati bari kureba aho inyonyi zitararaba ariho bato umurongoti ninga bashanga ari inyonyara araba umurongoti bombeke oguri hasi ogusigino zitaza kuza muri Kongo kandi gutarateganisa nyonyi ninge nyonyi taraguteganisa. Kisoro Airport or Kisoro Airstrip. Many people have thought that maybe the president said Kanungu should have the airport. It is because of the question of land in Kisoro. Government has identified and talked to the people who own land around the airfield. Government is now in negotiation with them and they want to be compensated and they give away. Even this hill which it breaks like the clearance between Muganza, that hill is going to be, they are going to deal with the owners and be reduced. Such now there is enough clearance. When you are coming from Chanika side, you can land on the airstrip. And that airfield is going to be at least 3 kilometers. Currently it is 1.3 kilometers. So, but they want to make it sure at least is 2 kilometers and 800 meters. So that it can now have many flights from Kigali, from Goma, from Kampala. It can be an international flight. Instead of bringing only 11 people, now we are going to get flights which can bring about maybe 50, maybe even 100. And the advantage with that one is that the government is going also to establish an immigration point, so that in case someone has landed from Kigali and he has not passed from the border, so there will be an immigration to make sure that now those people who are crossing from Congo, if they land there and they want to come to the people, they have their passports stamped on. That's what we are working on as Kisoro people.
So none of artists completion, artists that is going to.
There is now inside here, because we are at about 2,000 meters above the sea level. So we have some temperate swamps inside Bugindi, inside the forest. So there is called the Mubugindi. There is a swamp which is inside there, where the animals go and they swim, and that's the Mubugindi. They said this is Bugindi. So because of that big forest, big swamp, wetland, that's how they said all of this is the Mubugindi. They said the Mubugindi bwanyira mukali, because people used to say that there used to be people there originally, historically. So when they say Mubugindi bwanyira mukali, means that there are some families which used to stay there